is all leading up to a match that, let's be honest, we know is a curiosity in many ways. 52-year-old Larry Holmes, the former champion, against Eric Esch, the Butterbean, who is the king of the four-rounders, has never been past 4 rounds, is a guy who has fought lots of opposition that isn't terrific and wants to find out how good can I be against somebody that knows how to box.
And this is the time to find out against a guy with one of the greatest jabs of generations, Larry Holmes. And for Eric Butterbean Esch, we talked about it before, that he's had all the novelty fights. He never got the Marty McSorley fight like he wanted, Dennis Rodman, and he doesn't want to go down just as a curiosity.
And if these two men could be any different, I don't know how, and you'll see it in their appearance, the music they come in with, and everything else. Sweet Home Alabama for Eric Esch, the Butterbean. And to the strains of Alabama. He comes in, he's from Jasper, Alabama. He has a record of 63 wins, 2 losses, 3 draws. They called him the king of the four-rounders because he, in winning all those fights, created kind of a subculture legend around himself.
They did. They created a title for him because he was such a popular guy. He brought fans out into the seats. He brought ratings up for networks. Butterbean just had a way of attracting people. He found a niche, and so he was able to ride it for quite a long time. Very popular. They had to create stuff for him, and now he wants to see if he can make another step.
He lost a total of 21 pounds since this fight was announced in April. He says he has never trained as he has trained for this fight. Murray Sutherland, former light heavyweight champion, is his trainer. He feels that in this not very big ring, an 18-foot ring, he can get to Larry Holmes, he can hurt the 52-year-old former champion, and he can win this fight. And he says, move on to fight somebody like, dare I say it, Mike Tyson.
He's been screaming for Mike Tyson for years, and now, if he were to land the spot, guess what? That would be a doable fight.
And as you can see, Butterbean, who is a great marketer and does lots of commercials in Las Vegas, has found a way to do yet another one.
It's interesting that that money goes to the fighters, and the promoters don't like it.
That's for
they
sure.
can have the ring posts, but the fighters can't have what they do, and that they're trying to outlaw.
It's a controversy in boxing, but there is Butterbean, 32-year-old, resident of Jasper, Alabama. He will weigh in at 334 pounds, or already did. And as I mentioned, believe it or not, that's 21 pounds less than when this fight was announced in April. He has never been more than 4 rounds, but as you heard him say earlier in the telecast, he feels that he can go the full 10.
Quite a jump. 4 to 6 is one thing. 4 to 8 is a tremendous step up. 4 to 10 is gargantuan. Speaking of the Bean, now, of course, he's got side business outside a restaurant. You would just expect that Butterbean to have a restaurant with his business venture.
Of course, in Jasper, Alabama. And now, the man from Eastern Pennsylvania, the Eastern Assassin. He was the heavyweight champion of the world from 1978 to 1985. He won the title from Kenny Norton in a thrilling match that could be one of the best ever in boxing, and defended the title a total of 20 times. There he is, Larry Holmes, who at 52 years of age still believes he can beat the likes of Butterbean. In his book, he denigrated Butterbean. He called him a fat slob impersonating a fighter. He called him a circus attraction. That book came out a couple years ago. It still sticks in the craw of Butterbean.
Major factor in making this fight, that they had something that they could pin it around as far as the revenge factor.
And here comes Larry Holmes, 20 years almost to the day after he beat Jerry Cooney in a very important fight that created lots of stir and was a memorable moment. Here he is, amazingly, back in the ring. He last fought against Mike Weaver, another fighter from his era. He last fought in November of the year 2000. And Butterbean, interestingly, coming in off his longest layoff over 5 months. There's Larry Holmes putting on a show for Butterbean and for the fans. dancing can you do at 52? That's the question. So you can feel the buzz in this building. And the tail of the tape has some very revealing information on it, Dave, that will talk to us about the style of this match.
Set it up pretty well as you take a look at these guys matching up. Larry Holmes giving away 80 pounds. When do you see that? Larry Holmes is 6'3", Butterbean 5'11". The reach for Larry Holmes, the age 19 years different. And the rules, no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Fighter cannot be saved by the bell at any round. Only the referee can stop the fight. Accidental foul, you go to the scorecards after 4 rounds to determine the winner, whoever's ahead. Less than that, you'd have a technical draw.
So we're about to find out how well that man can fight at 52 and how well Butterbean can do against somebody who really, really knows how to fight, even if he's older. All those questions will be answered. And to start it off, let's go to Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Scope here in Norfolk, Virginia, Daryl DeCroy Promotions and Co-Star Entertainment Network is proud to present the main event of the evening, 10 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division. Brought to you in association with ACS Systems and Engineering, matchmaker for this bout, Surreal Communications. And it is sanctioned by the Virginia Department of Professional and Occupational Regulation. Assistant Director for Boxing, Mr. David L. Holland. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for. It's about respect. So let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the stars and bars and weighing in officially at 334 pounds. His professional record, an outstanding one. 63 victories, including 48 knockouts, with 2 defeats and 3 draws. From Jasper, Alabama, USA, the man known the world over for the excitement as well as the punching power he brings to the ring, here is an all-American icon, the IBA Super Heavyweight World Champion, Butterbean. And across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trimmed with red, he officially weighs 254 1/4 pounds. His professional record stands at 68 victories, including 44 wins by knockout with 6 defeats. Tonight will be his final bout, the final chapter in the history book of boxing of the career of one of the greatest heavyweight champions of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, from Easton, Pennsylvania, presenting the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the Easton